Hi, I'm Judy Ramos. I'm the Director of Communications for HEB ISD. And today I am with Carla Docken. And Carla is our coordinator for guidance, counseling, and student services. And today we're talking about some brand new legislation that is going to affect all future high school students. And it's called House Bill 5. So first of all, thanks Carla for being with us today. And this legislation is so brand new that, I mean, we've got notes here to help us go through it because we have not had a chance to memorize it or learn it inside out. Is that right? This is pretty
Correct. New. Very new.
Okay.
Very
so this segment is for parents so that we can help our parents out in HEB ISD understand the things that are about to affect future high school graduates. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions and then we're just going to provide information for parents.
Sounds good.
So let's start at the beginning. What is House Bill 5 exactly?
House Bill 5 is a broad sweeping education law that was passed by the Texas legislation last spring and signed by the governor in early June of last year that affects all aspects of Texas public schools, especially in the areas of graduation requirements and student assessment requirements.
All right, so it's brand new, signed by the governor spring of 2013, and so it was signed in 2013. When does it actually start to take effect?
Well, there's some different pieces of it that we have to look at. The assessment part of it really starts with the class of 2015. This year's senior class, the class of 2014, will be the last group to graduate under the TAKS testing requirements, which is what we've been doing for many years. Those are being phased out, and the STAR test, which most everybody in the state of Texas has heard of, which stands for the State of Texas Assessments of Academic Readiness. High schools call them EOCs, end of course exams. Students will have to pass 5 end of course exams to graduate from high school. And that starts with next year's senior class. With the graduation requirement changes, that goes into effect for next year's 9th graders. So anybody who begins 9th grade in 2014, 2015 will fall under the new graduation requirement rules.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about the testing part. What tests will students have to take and pass in order to graduate from high school?
There are 5. They have to take English 1 and English 2, both of which are a combination reading, writing test. And then they'll also need to take and pass Algebra 1, Biology, and U.S. History.
All right. So what is different? Let's switch now. We've talked about testing. Now let's talk a little bit about the graduation requirements. What is different about the graduation requirements? Why are we having to explain all this legislation?
Well, because everything dealing with graduation requirements is brand new. The old minimum recommended and distinguished achievement graduation plans that have been around since the mid-90s are being phased out and being replaced with completely brand new graduation plans. They are called the Foundation Plan, the Foundation with Endorsements Plan, and the Distinguished Level of Achievement Plan, known around the state as the DLA. So all the old plans that you've been hearing for years and years and years are gone as of this group of 9th graders that will start high school next year in 14-15. Another interesting piece of the graduation plans is that not only the credit requirements change, but students can earn what are called performance acknowledgments on their diploma and their transcript based on advanced placement scores, international baccalaureate exam scores, SAT, ACT, PSAT, PLAN. Any score that falls within a certain range or higher would earn a student a performance acknowledgement, or if a student earns a nationally or internationally recognized business or industry certification through our Career and Technology Department.
So what exactly is a performance acknowledgement, and how is that something that's helpful?
We don't know yet. We are really not sure how colleges and universities are going to look at that. We really have not been told yet by the state how it's supposed to look on the student diploma or on the student transcript. We've got a couple of years before these students actually graduate, so I'm sure that the rules and guidelines will be coming from Austin as time goes on. So I would think that they will, but how they will, we still don't know.
All right, so there's a lot of change going on, and we're talking about these ninth graders, and so we've talked about end-of-course tests, we've talked about graduation requirements. How does this affect credits? I know parents are going to want to know if that's going to change credits. So how many credits will students need to graduate?
They will still need 26 credits because in HEB, our students' default graduation plan is going to be the Distinguished Level of Achievement Plan. Because this is so new and because we don't know what colleges and universities are going to require, we are sticking with that plan. And what that will entail is students will have to have 4 credits of English, 4 credits of math, one of which has to be Algebra 2, 4 credits of science, 4 credits of social studies, and 2 credits of foreign language, and then 1 credit each of fine arts, PE, technology. HEB will keep the half-credit health and the half-credit professional communications requirement, and then 4 credits of electives. It's a lot to keep up with. We have, the counselors on the campuses have publications to share with parents as they do meetings. We've had parent meetings so far this year to discuss these changes, so the graduation requirements are readily available.
So you said that the default plan is going to be the highest one.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe explain to parents how that's beneficial, because you said it's because we don't know yet how colleges and universities will react to this legislation. So how is the default being so high a good thing?
Well, we look at it first as to how many credits a student can earn during their high school career in HEB. Because our high schools are on a trimester, students could, in theory, between 9th grade and 12th grade, just based on the schedule that we are on, earn up to 29.5 credits. If they start earning credits in 8th grade, which many of our students do, it's possible they could have as many as 31.5 credits before they graduate. So to require 26, which is what we've been requiring for years, it's really not that significant of a change. The biggest change comes in those endorsement areas, which I'm sure we'll get into in a few minutes. What we don't want to do is for our students to graduate unprepared for whatever it is they want to do after high school. And because we still aren't sure college admissions requirements, how they're going to be looking at all that, we don't want our students to cut off their nose to spite their face by not taking what the colleges are requiring. So we are approaching it with the expectation that is the highest possible expectation for our students. And if they need to opt out of that higher level plan at any point in time, they are able to do so.
So let's talk a little bit about the trimester.
Okay.
And so because that you are leading me right to my next question,
Okay.
was that there's plenty of time for students to earn these credits.
Yes.
And explain maybe to some of our parents how an eighth grader could even start to do this.
8th graders can start to earn credits if they're taking pre-AP algebra as an 8th grader. Our junior high campuses also offer the professional communications, the speech class that we require for graduation for students in 8th grade. Students who start foreign languages in our foreign language program that starts in 7th grade could earn a whole credit of Spanish or French by the time that they finish 8th grade. So it's possible for students to earn 2.5 credits before they even begin 9th grade, when they really start focusing on those credits.
So this really could bring some relief to parents who, you know, would worry about these new requirements. There's plenty of time. A lot of our students have a lot of initiative and they really want to do well and go into college. So so there's plenty of time and there's lots of support.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's move on to endorsements.
Okay.
That is new, am I right? That is something that has
Completely new.
not been done before.
Never.
So this is new to us, it's also new to the parents. So why don't we tell our parents out there what are endorsements and how do they work?
Okay. Well, as part of the Distinguished Level of Achievement Plan, students are required to choose one of 5 possible endorsement areas, which basically is guiding the students' electives. Instead of picking here, 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 all over the place to fill up their elective requirement, they're focused in on an endorsement area. We sort of think of it like a major. Where if
Okay.
you go to college to major in education, in high school, you're going to major in one of those 5 endorsement areas. And they are business and industry, public service, multidisciplinary studies, arts and humanities, and STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and math.
At what time does a student need to select one of these endorsement paths?
Well, by law, in House Bill 5, students have to declare in writing their choice of an endorsement area upon entering 9th grade. So next year's 9th graders should have already declared their endorsement.
Will a student have an opportunity to change their mind if they sign up for STEM in 9th grade and then decide they'd rather go into business and industry? Can they change their mind?
Yes, they would just need to meet with their counselor. The parent needs to be sure to be on board, but it is absolutely possible to change their mind if they want to change their endorsement. They do need to do that before they start 11th grade.
So once they get to the 11th grade and they're down to 2 years of high school, they need to have finalized their option.
Yes, because some of the rules with the endorsement require that students have 2 credits within a certain career cluster area, and one of those credits has to be an advanced course. And with the way our prerequisites work, say you were going to take the health science program, and you started that in your junior year, then the advanced course would be the clinical rotations class, which has the health science as a prerequisite. You couldn't take the advanced course without taking the prerequisite for it, and that would be over a 2-year period, which is why changing at the beginning of junior year is really when it needs to be done, or before.
So it's a lot to take in. We have graduation plan changes, EOCs, the new STAR test, and now endorsement, and the higher default graduation plan. That's a lot for parents to take in. What message would you give to our parents and to our students about all of this?
Well, I would say first, don't panic.
Okay.
We have spent this entire year meeting, talking with other districts, talking with representatives from the state to make sure what we're doing is what we're supposed to be doing. The counselors have been trained on what all these graduation plans are. They will work individually with every student and parent to come up with the best plan for each student. We do an interest inventory with all of our students in 8th grade and again in 10th grade to help them choose their path of endorsement, because a lot of students don't know what it is yet that they want to do, and so that interest inventory that we do through the career cruising program helps students figure out what it is they want to do and helps the counselors know the best way to advise those students as far as what endorsement to choose. The key is to maintain that communication between your child's counselor and all the key people involved in making those decisions. Parents are top of that list.
You said a little while ago that there are handouts and some literature that can be picked up. Are those already available on campus?
The junior high counselors, because in HEB, 9th grade is still on junior high campuses, will hand out next year to all 8th graders and all 9th graders a copy of the brochure that we gave out at the parent meetings. If parents want to come up to the administration building and ask for one, we have plenty of extra copies and are happy to hand those out. Or if they want to contact me here at the HEB administration building, we would be happy to get those out to them as well. So it's there. Also, information is available on the website. Each campus has a link to the course description booklet, which includes the graduation requirements under House Bill 5. And they have information on those campuses as well. So it is pretty well widespread around the district and readily available.
Okay, so parents, it sounds like everything is very organized. They've got plenty of support on the campus, lots of opportunities for meetings from 8th grade all the way to junior year to get things solidified. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Just if you have questions, don't hesitate to call, because I know you will have them. We're here to help.
Thank you, Carla.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you.